Welcome to Ford Ram and Goal. We're doing a quick hitter because why the hell not? Grab a glass. We're going to come quick and then it's going to be over. Enjoy.
Let's do it. All right, so as Kirk gave us that beautiful intro, just a little heads up. This is our second recorded episode as we're in person today. We figured we'd get as much in as possible.
Still social distancing.
Still social
while getting as much in as possible.
Get it in there nice and deep like. All right, so we're going to hit up with 4 custom blends. First of which being 1915, which is a equal part 50-50, because that's equal parts, of 1910 and 1920 Old Forrester. The proof on this bad boy comes out to 104 proof, so I'm actually going to open it. As the
I like the way you got the
label.
custom labels on all of these.
So I got these labels from a couple different guys on Etsy and Facebook, and we'll try to tag them in our Instagram post about this episode. And overall, I mean, if you're looking for a nice little custom label to really set off your custom blend, I highly recommend both of these guys. So we'll add them on there. First one up, because we talked so much about 1920, and we actually hit up Old Forrester 150 in our last episode, we're going to sip on a little 1915.
Oh, okay.
Cherry.
So, yes.
Very much cherry.
Gosh. Cherry. Raspberry. Like,
it's all the berries.
Fruit bomb.
Yeah, it's a fruit bomb for sure.
Dude, that is candy. That's licorice.
Tastes like
on
licorice.
The nose.
Licorice with vanilla and a little bit of like...
Oh, that's good. So, I have not had 1910. I've had 1920. We've talked about this.
I've got 1910.
So that's the only thing I have going into this. 1920 is very good to me.
But 1920 has a super berry finish that we kept talking about.
That's dangerous. That is very dangerous.
It's good, right?
Wow. Skittles.
Taste my rainbow.
That's like, I can finish that bottle. That's dangerous. So, I'm going to go, oh, he said it. So smooth.
You dirty batch.
Lots of candy.
I would say this about all the Old Forrester, at least the 1910 and the 1920 lines. They're both really dangerous to drink.
Yes.
1920 much more than 1910. 1910 is almost too light because it's only 90 proof, I believe. It's kind of in that like Weller range where there's not a whole lot of spice to it as you start getting the proofy. You start appreciating the proofy whiskeys. But I think this blend is kind of the perfect, that sounds stupid, but the perfect blend between the two. Because it doesn't have as much. Yeah, it is a 50-50 blend. It just doesn't have the bite that 1920 tends to have, especially in the back end of the palate where it's like berry punch right in your dick.
Berry punch right in your dick.
This is more palatable. And maybe it's the proof point that does it.
It was good. It definitely takes the heat down from 1920, but it was, man, that's good.
Agree. And so what we're doing is we're using the same blend. We're just swishing a little water in there, cleansing our palate. Cleansing the glass as the water still tastes fruity to me. So a little more for me. What do you want to move on to next?
We gotta try that RussBreed, man. That label is sexy.
Sexy. So what is RussBreed? You want to take a gander? Guess what it is?
I'm gonna say it's rare breed and Russell's 10.
That's right. You wanted to guess the split?
107.
Split. No, not the proof.
What's the proof?
Oh, the proof is 97.
Oh, okay. What'd you do? 60-40?
This is actually 75-25. So it's 75 Russell's 10 Reserve and 25 Wild Turkey Rare Breed.
And why did you do that?
It's what the label says to do.
Oh.
So there's some pre-prescribed if you're looking for, hey, how do I make this? You actually go online and just type in, hey, what's the RussBreed? What's Old Forrester 1915? We'll get into the couple other ones. Talk about what those are as well. So let's talk about this RussBreed. So we're 75-25. We talked about Wild Turkey. Gave some love to Jimmy Russell. Gave a little love to our future governor of Texas, Matthew McConaughey.
I am not
mad at it.
Sticking to candy. This is coincidence. I'm getting black licorice on this one.
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
Oh, seriously. Black licorice?
I think we're just feeling fruity today. Ooh, no, there's a weird pop in your mouth, like a spice, like a cinnamon flick.
Yep, hits the high note. A little bit more grassy than the other one, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you I have an instant favorite between the two already.
I don't hate it.
The candy transferred over from the nose to the taste in the other one. This one, not as much. This one has a more watered down feeling, and I guess so for a 97 proof.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's good, but not as dangerous as that first mix.
No. You're going to taste this. I feel like this would be really good next to a campfire.
Maybe. A little bit of a unsugared tea.
Unsugared tea. Unsweet tea?
Mm-hmm. The Proud Texan says, we got to talk about sports in here somewhere, and I'm going to just throw out the fact that I'm kicking some ass on fantasy, as I spoke about earlier.
Because fantasy is a sport.
Because fantasy is the sport for us. Oh, man, I'm on a trend right now, buddy. Let me throw some figures at you. Deshaun Watson, 33 points. Drake, 24 points. Chubb, which I got right now because of this score, 26 points. Cooper, 23 points. Oh, it's so good. The Saints defense got me 10 points right now because the game just started.
Well, they also are playing a wide receiver at quarterback as you turn around and look at the game. It's 0-0.
Why did I think the Broncos played the Steelers today?
I don't know, but you got lucky they're playing the Saints.
If they win, they were going to put a coach in. We didn't even talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
That was a movie script
Waiting to happen.
done.
And the NFL had to be a bunch of bitches.
No, because they said they don't want the coach's staff to be a storage of players. When the fuck is this going to happen? When is this going to happen again?
And what is a coaching staff but an old storage room full of players?
Hey, Romeo Cornell, go in, buddy.
Like the fridge.
Like, is somebody just going to say, hey, you know what, let's get Peyton Manning on the staff just in case COVID-19 hits again. We're dealing with COVID-20. I'm going to say that I am throwing some haymakers right now as I put together a team out of nowhere in 2 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's right. Look at that. Look at that cast of nobody.
Ragtag cast of
I
nobody.
benched Duke Johnson this week, and I am not hating that idea because the guys that I put in his place are just...
Nick Chubb brought home almost 27 for you.
You know who I'm playing. And last time I played him, he sent me a midday text saying your team sucks.
C-Jax.
You know what that means I'm going to have to do?
Text him.
Hey, buddy.
Remember in week 8? Dude, the Falcons are putting it on the Raiders right now. 43-6.
30. That goes back to us saying, like, who are the Raiders?
I don't think they know.
Nope, not after today.
Not even after last week, man. They were confusing us 2 weeks ago. Tennessee's up on Indiana 45-26 with a minute 47 left. Can Rivers? I'm just kidding. Rivers not a comeback kid.
All right, where the hell were we?
All right, so we'll Glenn cheers into this transition. So, Kurt, I'm looking at you right in the eyes. You want to do poor man's 4 grain or poor man's Pappy?
Let's say poor man Pappy just because of the name.
All right.
And the Robbie Dangerfield sticker.
Rodney.
Fuck off.
Wait, you want to do 4 grain or Pappy first?
Let's do 4 grain first.
Okay, leave Pappy for last because it is poor man's Pappy.
I'm going to pour as much as I need.
You sure you want to pour them with your left hand? All right, okay.
I'm a switch hitter.
All right, good. top you off a little bit. That was a Dan and Sean
Okay,
kind of pour right there.
Not to take anything away from Rare Breed.
RussBreed.
This is RussBreed, but Rare Breed is delicious.
It is.
But this Old Forrester 1915, you're on to something. All right. This is, okay, so you're going to have to tell me this one.
Okay.
4 grain, we're talking, if I had to take a guess, I'd say it's probably, 60%?
As he reads the label.
Read the label, all right.
All right, so it's 60% Weller Special Reserve, 38% Old Granddad, and 2% Eagle Rare. Now,
2% Eagle Rare.
2%, just a
What'd
little.
you put, a thimble?
Basically, I had to measure it out in like milliliters. I'm like, how much is 2% of 500? It was kind of embarrassing to get my daughter to do the math for me.
Genius.
Genius. All right, so when you're talking about what is poor man's EH Taylor, what is it supposed to be? Or poor man's 4 grain, what is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be the similar, if not this same blend of allegedly what the 4 grain EH Taylor is. So what I did is I took a EH Taylor small batch that I capped off, and once again, it got a sick looking label. It says bottled in home on it. It's got the mix up top. Kurt's already taken a sip of it.
Continue.
EH Taylor has become an allocated product. If you're not aware, in a lot of stores like Specs, I went to the Black Friday sale, allocated. Not even like, hey, here's some foolproof. No, it was small batch. Small batch is allocated, which is so depressing. But it goes back to what we talked about a couple of episodes ago. Someday, we will appreciate these times because we will have such sick whiskey coming out of it.
Man, I'm going to go back to it, and you're probably going to say it's repetitive, but tea. Tea on this one.
Yeah, there's tea. Cinnamon. I say cinnamon every fucking time we got something.
This one, so far out of the 3, is the one that, like the other 2, I'm like, these, you can, of course, whiskey's blends, but I
like this.
Huh?
I like this.
Yeah, it's good. It's like the one that I could tell you didn't blend. Does that make sense?
Like it tastes like something you would have bought in a bottle?
Yes.
It doesn't, there's not a berry overload in your mouth?
Right. Very good. That is good. That's a good one, but I'm still leaning off my quick taste. I'm leaning towards
Old Forrester. I'd put EH Taylor right in the middle.
this right there so far.
Yeah, and you're leaving a spot for that poor man's Pappy.
Either or. If I had to guess, I'm going to say this is going to go right here.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
Good.
Because poor man's Pappy so let's talk about what is Pappy. It's a weeder line, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you make poor man's Pappy before we even moved on from the poor man's 4 grain? There's a couple different recipes out there. The one I landed on was a 60-40. 60% 107, 40% 12. Right? So if I'm not mistaken, this comes out to roughly like around 100-ish proof. If you take the 107, because I think it's 60%. Yeah, it's around 100 proof. Because I think Weller 12 is in that 90 range.
The bottle. What did you use for the bottle?
So I used a Michter's American.
That's right.
I use a Michter's bourbon bottle.
So blending whiskeys has become really popular lately.
It's how you create shit you can't find.
Yeah, and it's funny, like, yes, whiskey's blended shit, I get that. But, like, doing the labels, making it fun, making it cool, yeah. I like where it's going. Because I would buy this right now for, I don't know. It's good.
I think it's in the same line. I think it's the same price point. It's just different, right?
Yeah.
So you look at 1910, what it's like 50, 55, and I think 1920 is 55, 60. Yes. I think it's in the same price point. Hold on. I'm not done there. Not yet. I'm not there yet. All right.
I'm not telling you to do that. My 5 hours to drink, 1 hour to think is turned into half an hour to...
We'll get you espresso up.
All right.
Here's an important thing to note when you're doing these blends. Yeah, you can mix them in a glass, and if you can, go for it. If you can't, or you're like, hey, I want to do a bigger mix. I want to be able to enjoy this with a friend. The key is letting it marinate, right? Letting the whiskeys marriage together. It's got to have a strong union.
Marriage together.
Yep. Sickness and in health. You want to make sure that they are lifetime partners. So the key is putting them in a confined room together and letting them just fuck it out.
Fuck it out.
Fuck
That made
it
it into
out.
our short. Okay. Yeah.
Fuck it out. And they'll figure out.
How's your decanter game, bro? You got any of those laying around, or do you just go old bottles?
I got one decanter.
One.
Yeah.
What do you have in there?
It's my cheap little house blend. We threw it on our IG. I think we talked about it too. It's my 60% Evan Williams bottled and bond, and then my 40% Old Grandad 114.
Okay.
I've really come to find out, man. Even
Newbie walks through your door right now. What are you giving him? Go.
we talked about this Evan Williams bottled and bond.
Ah, damn it! I thought you were gonna leave that one. I was seeing if you were consistent.
OGD 114.
There you go.
The thing about OGD 114 is, it sounds cool, but
OGD.
you can put that almost in anything. I killed a Caribou Crossing single barrel, which is, some people say, the Canadian blends, right? It's actually the same.
Because of the bottle.
Well, the bottle literally is the same bottle as Rock Hill Farms. So don't get it twisted. You really like that Rock Hill Farms? Go find yourself a fucking Caribou Crossing.
Oh, me Reiki, this one. This one's good.
This one is good. It's a little smoky, a little oaky.
This Poor Man's Pappy's good. It's good.
I think you're right, though. I think it sits right between
think it's
Poor Man's and...
Okay, so proof-wise, what was the E.H. Taylor 4-grain Poor Man's E.H. Taylor 4-grain?
I want to say... We didn't write it on here. I want to say it's in the 100 proof. I think these are all around the 100 proof.
Is this one the highest?
I actually think that RussBreed's the highest.
Okay.
No.
97.
97, yeah.
Well,
They're all in the same line.
Okay. So I'm going to give you my
Mm-hmm.
Old Forrester 1915 was the best.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Man's Pappy, second best. Poor Man's 4-grain E.H. Taylor. And then the RussBreed just kind of wasn't working for me.
Yeah,
It'd be interesting to see what a 50-50 would have been like.
I agree with that. I think the Poor Man's and the Poor Man's and the Poor Man's, the E.H. Taylor and the Pappy are very...
Oh, man, the Poor Man's Pappy was good, though. I'm finishing it, and I'm like, oh. It's close, but the candy flavors I got on the 1950.
Yeah, you're kind of a bitch about those.
No doubt. All right, Dick, anything to finish this quick hitter?
No, let's close it out. Give us a quote. What you got?
A quote on a quick hitter?
Sure, go for
Shit,
it.
fuck. All right. All right, so I tell you what, I'm not going to do the quote because you have me as a guest, and this has been a fun, finally get together, social distancing, of course. So in that honor, we've had some good drinks. We've had a good time as usual. Why don't you go ahead and have the honors of the quote of the episode?
I will. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I'm gonna time mine back to just a little piece of friendly reminder here. As we talk about the Denver Broncos and the reason that they have to have a wide receiver play quarterback instead of a coach is the number one reason their quarterback room did not follow the NFL COVID protocols. So in the great words of the great Anthony Fauci, wear your mask.
Wear your damn mask.
Thank you.
To the next snap and to the next dram while you're wearing a mask.
Drink on, my friends. There's a little sippy cup hole in the middle of my mask.
Adios.
Later.